Yeah, it did happen quick. Look, I was obviously behind the two. Nick went to the outside. I was maybe want to try to position myself behind Jake to get a run on Nick into 8 maybe. But the way that how much I slowed up at the last phase of the braking was a lot. It kind of caught me by surprise. I had to put more brake pressure into the car, and it locked the rears, and then I sort of lost a bit of control. I thought I was just going to tap them, and then it will be all fine. But unfortunately, once I rode the wheel, it just escalated massively, and then obviously, took myself out of the race, and also with Nick. So just in general, just feels awful. I don't make many mistakes, but today it was a small one with a big consequence. But yeah, just misjudged it ever so slightly, and it was enough to obviously put us out of the race. I saw him just after he got out of the car. Like, I apologized. Obviously, he's just, pissed off about the situation. He knows I'm not I've barely touched a car since I've been in Formula E. So he knows the way I race is always, like, if it happened like this, it was just a pure mistake. I just feel bad for damaging his potential title hopes, or potentially damaging his title hopes. He's still in it. I'm definitely probably out of it now. So I just feel bad in general. I guess you'll learn from it. Look, it's the first time that I've been caught out like this before, so I don't think it's a big issue. But yeah, I'll review it. I'm hard on myself. I'll put my hand up when it's my mistake, so I'll try and learn from it. But I kind of want to just move on and look towards London.
Well, I broke the front wing when there was the crash in front of me. I was committed to overtaking a McLaren down the inside. I had made a move, and all of a sudden everybody just piled up in front, and I got hit from behind and pushed me into the front of the other car, and the front wing was under my car, so I had to pit to change it, and that was the end of it. I don't know, generally we've been very slow in London, so I hope that we can have a different car setup, or something different to try and help the performance, because this weekend the performance was very poor, so I hope that we can turn things around and be more competitive in London.
He made a very late move. And then he drove into me, so there was not much more to say. So he came to apologize, and that ended my race. Well, not really interesting enough, unfortunately. No points, so that was not really good. We had some good pace in practice, but I didn't manage to put it together in quali with small mistakes, so made me start in the back, and then it's difficult in the race. Yesterday I had some debris that went under my car, so that made me crash, so we still don't know what that was. And today I was trying to move up, and I had some good opportunities. It was no points, but then I got caught in 2 incidents that pushed me back, and then finally in the wall. So tough weekend, so try to forget it and focus on London. It's not easy to do the races. It's quite tactical, can be a bit tricky sometimes, like races like Portland, for example, with the slipstream and everything. But the power is exciting, so that's quite good. Delivered some good racing, but it's challenging.
Up and down, to be honest. Obviously positive to score points for us. I think strategy-wise we're very poor with the attack modes. I was 4th at one point. I don't think I would have stayed there, but I think with some better strategic calls, I could have probably been probably 6th, I would say, at worst 7th. So a bit like bittersweet. Obviously it's good for us to get points, like I said, but it could have been more. The problem is in our car that we're sort of always on the back foot though, so I'm always looking back in my mirrors instead of looking forward. It'd be nice to know that I have a bit of pace in the pocket to be able to actually attack people, but I can't. Like, when I qualify like that, we're ahead of where we should be really, so it's all about trying to maintain position rather than attack. So it would be nice to be able to attack. It's just me, to be honest. I'm driving well, and you know the car is still, like I've said all year, mechanically it's always pretty good. I just would like to be somewhere where I can prove my worth. There's not a huge amount of movement at the moment, and people are still sceptical because I have a personality, so people don't like that. But I know I can certainly win races and championships in this category with the right equipment. So yeah.
Yeah, there was a pile up in turn 7 and couldn't avoid the car ahead, and the steering hit my hand. So yeah, trying to pull my hand, all good. Yeah, the race I think was not too bad. Starting from P15, finished P7, so pace was again good. But obviously, if we don't manage to have a good qualifying, the race is going to be more difficult. We all know that. Qualifying is the area we need to work on. Put the car in the top 3, top 5, and then we know that we can fight for the win. But this weekend, our qualifying performance was not strong enough.
No, feeling really good. I still don't realize what we achieved, because race is not it's something we still far off compared to the top team, top manufacturer. You know, as a first year as Nissan Formula E team, like we show that in some occasions we're able to do some top 5, which was already like well optimized. Qualifying like now more consistently, we managed to put a lap together, which is good improvement compared to the beginning of the year. And today it's another step, like doing a podium. It's more than optimized, to be honest, because as I said, like you could see in terms of energy compared to Sam, like I had the pace, but I had to go like quali lap every lap nearly to keep him like behind me. So it's a step forward again. We keep learning, and we know that race is where we have to improve. But today, like I take it like a first podium of the season, first podium of Nissan Formula E. It's a good day. Yeah, but there's a lot of strategy, more than people can expect. In the car, we knew that from a certain point, with your targets on the dash, it's really tricky to overtake. I knew that there were 1 or 2 corners where basically everything can happen. It was turn 4 and turn 7, so I was trying to maximize my deployment for these 2 corners to brake, to go as fast as possible in turn 5, 6, to open a gap before turn set, and to try to recover the energy somewhere else where he couldn't pass me. So yeah, it worked. I'm really glad with that, because it's been, like as I said, like when you have 2% down, it's a lot. It's really stressful, because it means you have to do all the corner, all the braking, looking in your mirrors every time because when you have 2% more, like it's really easy to stay on throttle and to surprise the guy in front. So we, as I said, with strategy-wise, driving-wise, setup-wise, we did everything we could today. We were not the fastest, but we just optimized everything. That's the main difference. I mean, like 70% of the team were kind of new this year. We're starting to work together only like end of August, September. We had to develop a car straight away. Sasha, which is a rookie, was doing really well, but he had to learn as well. So that's why at the beginning of the year we're just off, like in a way that we had performance in the car, but we just couldn't put everything together, and still we are doing mistakes that, because we're still like missing some experience as a team. Like yesterday, it's P7 at the end. It's good points, better than nothing, but it was not maximized at all in a way that we did many mistakes. When today, when we put everything together, like we're able to show basically all the progress we've made since the beginning of the year.